let you know. Got so many memories that I made on Cascade Road. This is
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see the Dreadnoughts burner at wide receiver. He's been a production machine with a 1,200-yard season thus far. It's the Dreadnoughts and the Texans, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
It's the National Football League, presented by EA Sports. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the San Antonio Dreadnoughts. Again, everyone, Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this San Antonio team as they enter play. It's been a good season for them so far. They're just looking to keep that momentum going forward.
They like their record. Now they want to increase it. A win here could really get the momentum going in the right direction.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And off we go from San Antonio. From the 6. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
That's multiple times now he's tagged them with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Over the middle, it's complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
They're going to look to throw. Caught on the slant. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. With his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive. An extra point attempt here still to come. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. That time a 9-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Out in the league here, down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and the rankings, they don't matter to him very much. I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish number 1, including himself.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. 2nd and 9 now. And it's knocked away and incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
That's a big game. Say it nicely, because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Back to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, complete. It's Lawrence. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, Brandon, obviously no panic in them. They gave up the touchdown. You know, their defensive side did that. But he's already taken them back downfield. I love this field general that they've got. It's almost like he went to the defensive captain and said, don't worry about it. We've got you. Now they got 1st and goal.
Yeah, we're seeing punch, counter punch, and this could be setting the table for quite the game.
I like that. Let's go ahead and put it in the boxing ring, right? You're going to get hit sometimes. Can you respond and hit back? And they're trying to do it.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dreadnoughts respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. But Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now the ball comes loose, and this will be scooped up by the defense. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. In our meetings this week, they kind of tipped us off. They wanted to play ultra-aggressive, forcing fumbles. They just did that right there.
They took it to the next level, didn't they? You're exactly right, because everyone talks about being aggressive on defense and tackling well, but they were talking about getting after the football, making sure the ball was stripped out each and every time they lined up someone to get them on the ground.
And the adjustment working early. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Open man is Stewart. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. And Charles, of interest here, that last throw is going to put him over 20,000 yards passing for his career, and that's not a bad number.
You're exactly right about that, and even though it's nowhere near the top of the leaderboard, because when you think about it, Brady and Breeze, they've done that 4 times over. But when you hit 20,000, let's face it, only a little over 100 guys have ever done that in the NFL. It's worthy of some applause.
2nd and 5. This one complete to Patton.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
On first down, it's Patton. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. They'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 28. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Wide open receiver complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his tight end, that's complete. It's Lawrence. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. On second down now, it's Patton. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal.
He'll try again.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Dreadnoughts have taken the lead. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and is showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season. And those votes may have turned into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Well, the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line in the red zone.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Lawrence. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it's second down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Second down, ball on the 3. First down marker at the 1-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Patton, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Back to throw. And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So the fumble recovery had him set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Houston's offense taking over again.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Looking to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot, and here another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Back to throw now on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Second and 3. And he's got his man on the out route.
Down inside the 10.
Touchdown! A great play there. 33 yards. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it? To throw it underneath a short pass like that. But boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
Point after here coming up. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Leonard.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
Now back to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw here. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And his kick is good. And that will close the gap down to 14. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
From the 6. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. One more go for this offense in the first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. Well, we get our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat, and that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. Next, we head off to check out another game. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals trying to hold on and claim victory. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore and check on the Ravens at home.
Only 2 quarters of football left in the regular season. Everybody's excited to get to the playoffs. So excited that we're just going to skip right over halftime and get back to the action. From the 6. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll set up to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Patton. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. He'll drop to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They go play action here on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll set up a throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 8. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the first down. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Leonard. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. So he stopped for no gain. And it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will close the gap down to 14. So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Patton. And he stopped immediately there.
The ball carried by number 23. Taken down
on 2nd down. It's Patton. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the catch made. It's Patton. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Texans will take over. Houston set to take over. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Back out comes San Antonio. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team. With their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in San Antonio, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of 1st downs, and here a loss of yardage.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now a handoff up the middle. Patton. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 11. Throw left side complete. That's Lawrence. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the 1st down in the process. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground. And here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did, but poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves them with a 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Up the middle they go. It's Patton.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. This is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Dreadnoughts have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. No gain on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Second and 5. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's going the other way. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
They'll run on 1st down.
Patton.
And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line.
72 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They run the counter. It's Patton. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Patton, and that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. Looking to throw. He's got his guy. It's Patton over the middle. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Texans back out there and ready to go. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw here. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Back to throw again. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. On the give, this is their fullback. And trying to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Patton. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for San Antonio,
they finish off one of the best regular seasons of all time, 16-1, their final record.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Texans,
it'll be double digits in losses as they fall to 7-10 for their final mark.
And I think you have to say, ultimately, this was a team that really underachieved.